Anybody see the stat newsletter this month?
Uh-uh.
All right. So we'll start off with the rent check. Oh, I gave it away. Everybody close the bottom of your screen. Look at where the median lease and the average lease is.
Oh, it's crazy.
Explain that to me one more time, okay?
Yeah. Which part?
Where would a 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom be? They don't tell you how many bedrooms and bathrooms, and they're just telling you $2,100, $2,320. What is it?
Well, it's kind of the same thing when we look at this stat newsletter, right? When they talk about medians and averages, you're talking about everything from listed in the MLS, you're talking a studio townhome, condo, all the way up to the 12-bedroom estates. You know what I mean? So I would say that an average rental is going to be, and Ruth, correct me if I'm wrong, and Sarah too, because a rental is a rental. So there's definitely more studios and apartments in the MLS as far as rentals go than sales, right? But yes. I would say that your average rental is still going to be smaller than your average sale. So I would say that this $2,100 is probably a 3-2, let's call it 1,600, 1,700 square feet right now, maybe 1,800 square feet, and just a basic home. What do you think?
Yeah, the one on Hearn, 17574 West Hearn, rented the day I put it on the market. Mm-hmm. And it was a 4-2 with a pool for $2,300.
In Surprise at that.
Out in Surprise. Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
And my daughter rents a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 900 square feet in an apartment conversion at 57th and Thunderbird, and she pays $1,200.
There you go.
1174, something like that. Includes her water, sewer, trash, the HOA fees and stuff. So that gives you a little idea of breakdown, Maryland.
To kind of put an average on it, I would say in your more rural communities, you're probably paying about $1 a square foot, if not just a hair more. To be in town, you're going to be paying more, and the smaller the unit, the more you're going to pay.
That's correct.
I would say about $1.20 is about average right now in the valley, like in a decent location. But if you got like a studio, or let's say like a slightly more efficient, what they call the efficiency units, you could be paying $1.40 a square foot. And then there's certain spots of Scottsdale that I'm seeing that are $2 a square foot as far as rentals.
Well, yeah, or downtown,
Yeah.
Some of the apartments downtown, they're small, 500 square feet, 600 square feet, renting a studio for $1,300, $1,400.
Yep. Yeah.
But that's that lifestyle, you have to want that, be willing to live in a smaller square footage. As you move out a little bit, you can get more bang for your buck.
And a lot of those, you actually get the benefit of that building. So on a lot of those, you're getting like the gyms, you're getting some of the concierge stuff, you're getting the parking.
Correct. That's true. Yeah.
There is some benefit to those. Those are the guys that are paying $500 a month HOAs. The owners are paying $500 a month HOAs.
That's correct. Yep.
So anyway, but they're still definitely expensive. But yeah, your $1 a square foot would get you either a rural spot or a very, very bad area. I mean, even Crittenden is I would say 800 square feet, and that's $1,250.
$1,295.
There you go. So that's well into the $1.40, 50 square foot.
Absolutely.
Jeez. So anyway, yeah, price per square foot is the easiest way to kind of figure it out, is what I'm kind of, and then obviously run your comps. But so 2,100 square feet at $1.20 a square foot, what would that be? I mean, $2,100 a month. Let's see. 2,100 divided by $1.20, $1,750. That was pretty close.
Yeah.
At least my numbers make sense. I'm not totally pulling out of my butt. All right. Okay. So there's the rent check. I mean, that's significant. That's over 2,000. I mean, that is not just like 2025, 2015, like we were seeing 2050. Then we saw 2075. I mean, $2,100 and $2,300. Your average rent in the valley, there's no question, it's over $2,000 a month. Insane.
It is insane. It's insane.
Here we go. Now, This is the fun one. Oh man. Okay. So sales are up month over month. Okay. So you got from August to September. Okay. Which is, like we always kind of talk about. August is really the end of summer, even though our temperatures have been kind of wonky. And September, we start seeing that little tick up, right? Not a lot, but we start seeing it. October, we'll definitely see a little more tick up. But year over year, we're down almost that same percent. Thoughts?
Well, I think you always, I don't know, I used to say, well, it'll calm down, except, once the holidays come in. But honestly, in the past, some of my busiest times have been October, November, December.
Uh-huh.
So I think I'm going to get to slide in December and it doesn't happen,
Yeah.
So,
So is there a reason you think that month over month we're up, but year over year we're down? What do you think is the biggest indicator of that year over year that we're down? And we're not, down is a relative word, but you know what I mean? We are technically down 3.9%.
well, maybe part of that is inventory.
Okay, that's a good one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Inventory is still down.
Inventory, our northern border's been closed.
Okay, so we don't have the Canadians buying.
We don't have the Canadians
like
down here like we did. Yeah.
Uh-huh. And then in general, we've seen a slight softening.
A little bit. Mm-hmm.
There's pushback on the higher ends. There is, no doubt about it. If you're trying to push that record, it may not be happening, or you're going to have to work extra hard. So I think between those 3 or 4 things, I think there you go. Tack on 1% for each of them. There you go. So, okay. So that stuff totally makes sense. So let's move on. New inventory. Dun, dun, dun. Uh-oh. Down 4.5% year over year. Month over month. And 6.4% year over year. Last year at this time, we had over 10,000 new inventory. And that's new inventory. That was people who listed that month. Right? So we have 9,400 right now. Thoughts on that?
Well, it's not that big of a difference. I think we still have enough people coming into the valley from wherever, California or wherever, to keep us pretty. It's down a little bit, but.
Yep. Do you remember what this was? That when we hit that 10,000 mark last year, do you remember what this was here? The year over year at that 10,000 mark was up like 15%, something like that, right? So even though you nailed it, 9,400 is not bad. That's more normal.
Yeah.
I would say anything over 9,000 is good. It's normal. You know what I mean? What do you think?
I think it eases the pressure a little bit for people looking for homes for first-time home buyers.
Mm-hmm.
Because our market has been nuts for first-time home buyers. So what part of that, Marilyn, what you're seeing in the rent market is because people can't get a home. And so they're renting again, hoping that the market, will change a little bit and there'll be more inventory in this next year. So this affects the rent market as well because, for instance, our tenant on Gilboa home, they're trying to buy and she's trying to move them out and they can't find anything and they're stuck.
Mm-hmm.
They're stuck. They can't find a home. So, we work with our owners to keep their rents high, but reasonable, where their people aren't moving out every 12 months and they have all those expenses every 12 months. But for them to go out into the open market and try to find a rental, that's what they're getting. $2,100 average for a nothing, a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage and no pool probably.
Yep.
So the sale market is directly affecting the rent market. Once the sale market picks up in inventory, and let's say we have 15,000 on the market or 14,000 on the market, more people will be buying and you'll start seeing rent prices go down a little bit. That's kind of historical. That's kind of the way it happens historically.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I agree. I'm actually doing a little experiment here really fast. Give me one quick second. All right. So if somebody were to go out and buy a $350,000 home using a new FHA loan with the minimum 3.5% down, okay, and your average, I put in at $65 a month HOA, okay, with standard Phoenix taxes, your monthly payment, including everything, P&I, taxes, insurance, MIP, HOA, $22.66.
Right.
So right now it's basically you would be paying almost the same amount, but you would get actually, if you're going to purchase a home, chances are you're going to get a little more home for what you purchased. So for $100 a month, you're going to get a better option. Your total down payments and everything are $22,545. So that is the significant part. That's 22. Well, for lack of a better, let's say 20. They'll want reserves. So let's say you need $25,000. Okay. So new inventory. This was what was crazy. New inventory down 15.2%. Total inventory. Sorry, not new. Total inventory. Okay. Now, there's a dichotomy here. So total inventory is down, but how do they calculate total inventory?
Well, just the ones showing in MLS as active, right?
Well, no, that includes UCBs and CCBSs. So right now, this is what we're looking at. 12,150.
But that does include under contract, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they're saying we are down, quote unquote. How many percent did they say? Forgive me. 15.2%. Okay. So coming back to the MLS, we're at 12,150. Okay. So we are technically down way less than that. Okay. But from what we were talking about the last few weeks, what do we think our true inventory is if we remove all the other stuff?
No, I'm going to say 7,900 or something like that.
Still thinking below 8? Yep.
I think it is. I think it still is.
What do you think, Marilyn?
I don't know. I'm just listening carefully.
Okay. Here we go. Good call, Ruth. Ba-boom. 7892, 7,900.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, is that not up from last year? Last year, were we talking having 6,000 active homes, 5,500 active homes, 4,800 active homes? Remember, we've been talking. This has been going up.
Yeah.
Break 7 till what, like last month?
Yeah, it's going up slowly though.
So I find this interesting because they're saying that this is a dramatic increase or decrease of inventory, when in all actuality, I think we're seeing less CCBSs and UCBs, and I think we're actually just closing them out and actually selling, the homes.
Yeah.
People are putting them as pending. You know what I mean? Because our inventory is not down 15%. We're up.
Yeah.
Okay. And I will fight people on that one.
Well, I think when you get when you have a listing, you get 4 or 5 contracts coming in. And they're not going to take ones with contingencies unless it's the only contract they have.
Yeah. Or unless you make it really sweet.
Right. So you're seeing less under contract, taking backups. You're seeing more pendings. I think that's accurate.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right. So they're saying here that 64%. Isn't that crazy? So look at that. 7,500 when we just saw it was what, 70, almost 7,900. So in the month, we've seen it come up 400.
Mm-hmm.
They're saying August. What was this? August? No, September. I'm an idiot. What are we talking about? Yeah, September. Okay, so we're talking September 7,500. Literally at this moment, 7,892. That's gone up So there's no way, no matter which way you cut it, we've gone up. So this says that was 32%, blah, blah, blah. I don't get that. Just cross this out. Notice that we've gone up 400. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, again, they say 1.31. Well, yeah, if you're factoring in 11,701 and 8,900. Okay. But that's not the truth. We are dealing with right now, current inventory, 7,892.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we are dealing with sales of 8,900.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what does that mean?
There's still not enough inventory.
There's still less than a month's inventory.
That's right. It's still not enough inventory.
All right. So literally speaking, we have 7,892. And we shall divide that by 8,944, meaning we have 0.88 months supply. So let's call it a 5-week month. We have 4 weeks.
Yeah. I don't see that changing yet.
Okay. Less than a month supply.
Yeah.
Less than a month supply. Okay. Inevitably, it's a seller's market. I mean,
Yeah.
You can't not have a seller's market with that much supply. And like we keep talking about, and now that was like, we've been talking about this for months. And months ago, we said it was going to take no less than 24 months, 18 months minimum for it to come up. So here we are, 3-4 months later, we've gotten 400 more homes on the market, and we still have less than a month supply.
Mm-hmm.
What we're saying makes sense. It lines up. Arizona's economy is not a bubble, okay? And I have about 4 more things to show you proving this, okay? So we got to keep going. All right, new list price, up and up. My gosh, man. Year over year, 27%. Freaking A, okay? Year over year, 25%, okay? Our average home is easily over $400,000 right now, okay? And that was the only problem right now with FHA because it still hasn't maxed out over 400,000. So FHA people are starting to run into issues. But
Right.
Conventional loans have now gone down to meet the FHA. And right now, FHA is oftentimes not even the best loan for people because of that extra insurance. So really just compare apple to apple, okay? That's it. And I mean, look at that. So new list price, 425, sales price, 410. This is the one thing I'm going to see that I honestly think we're going to see the top end here steady, and we're going to see the sales price kind of hover but slowly do this. I think with the softening of the market, our average list price is going to go down, but I still think our sales price is going to hover and go up. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
I think I think you were right when you said 24 months. I think we're still going to see this for the next year or even 2.
Wait till you see what after this, Jiminy Christmas. And Sarah, I'm gonna turn this into a video and we're gonna send it out because there's a lot of great market info. And I'm gonna try to keep it time friendly. Okay. So sales price forecast still going up. Obviously, less than a month supply. It's inevitable. Okay. And they're still thinking that people are gonna be greedy. Look at that average 510. Can you believe that? 510.
Yeah. Well, I know, I hear people saying, oh man, I've been approved for this. I've been approved for 350. Yeah. What can you buy for 350?
Mm-hmm.
A townhouse, maybe?
Yep. Exactly.
Or,
Well,
like you said, a home in an area that maybe you don't really want to be in.
yeah. I'm finding condos now. Like my multi-unit guys, if people are willing to buy a duplex or a fourplex and live in one of the units, that's one of the most brilliant things people can do right now with the rental rates where they're at. And I could find a fourplex for you for $150 a unit. You're going to save a little bit of money by getting the multi-unit on that level. Yeah. And then if you rent out 2 or 3 of the other units, you're living for free.
Yeah, but then they have to do conventional financing, right?
Yeah. But it's still a fourplex is still a residential purchase. So nothing special, just a normal conventional loan. Yep.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yep. And you get the owner occupied, all the benefits still. So, okay, distressed properties. I mean, again, everybody's like, oh my gosh, the moratorium. What about people? Blah, blah, blah. No. Look at this, still going down. And we're talking 5 million people in Phoenix, Maricopa County. Okay, well, between 4 and 5. And 800 in the process, not even getting foreclosed on, not having been foreclosed on. This is everybody in the process.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty dang good, man. I think we're better than normal. I don't know. That's amazing in my opinion. I would have thought that naturally a lot more. So here you go. 3 short sales, total of 11 bank-owned homes sold. And so there were a total of 14 distressed property sales last month.
Yeah.
14.
Incredible.
It's amazing. Okay. Average days on market went up, but down. Okay. And again, I think that has to do with the kind of softening of the market. But 30 days on market, look where we were last year.
Is that 30 days from last year? Average days on market?
That says, days on market 19 to 20. Exactly, 46.
Oh, 19 to 20. Okay.
So we went up a little bit, but we are certainly way down year over year. No doubt about that. So absolutely incredible. Okay. So any questions on the market? Any thoughts on the market before we move on?
Crazy.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. So number one, here, let's start with the pause, with the Zillow pause. Okay. Zillow pauses buying they stop their iBuying right now. Why do you think they would?
No, I haven't paid much attention to Zillow or what they've been doing.
Okay.
Well, maybe because they can't make a profit on them, maybe.
But why? That profit inevitably is what drives Zillow on every level. Right. So you nailed it right on the head. But look at this. They bought second quarter. So we're talking April, May, and June. They bought 3,800 homes. And they stopped buying.
Because they have to fix them, remarket them. They have too many right now. They can't keep up with it themselves, just like the builders.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that they do much fixing. But I think that I think sellers have gotten more savvy. So I don't think you can walk in, offer a seller 60 cents on a dollar much anymore, because sellers are aware of what's happening in their neighborhoods, I think.
So you're saying maybe competition, like they're not as much, people aren't as willing to just go with them.
Right. I think so. Yeah. I think so. I think it was a good concept, and then, let's just buy the houses. But this is not really a flip market. So there's not much, by the time they flip it, pay commission, whatever, there's not a lot of profit. I don't think. I mean, that would be my guess.
You're forecasting my screen. Good job. Okay, go ahead and check out the middle right there. Furthermore, according to Housing Wire, Zillow has taken a loss on Zillow offers. Their analysis of Zillow's earnings statement shows that while the iBuying program produced a whopping $772 million in revenue, it actually lost $59 million.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
Too much, too fast.
The wholesale market, the investor market, it's saturated. It is saturated up the wazoo. Okay. And people are not morons. So
that's right. That's the change there. Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
I agree.
So only I think Zillow's doing a smart thing, believe it or not. And I think it's kind of going along the lines of what we're talking about. And I think it doesn't indicate anything drastic other than they're realizing that it's not a profitable market right now. It's got to die down. And I'm happy that this actually will hopefully leave room for your local mom and pops to be able to do more investing. That's my hope.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Right now, they have so much money. I mean, how many people can manage to post a $60 million loss in 3 months? That's $20 million a month that they were losing.
Right.
That's insane. So be aware of that. And I think it falls right in line with what we were talking about of the softening. And I hope it's a good thing. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think it will be a good thing. I think it'll be a good thing for, like I said, particularly for first time home buyers, because, most of them are having a hard time finding a place. So they're really stuck renting again for another, however long their, landlord will extend them. Mm-hmm. So that has increased the pricing of the rent market and increased the pricing of the sale market as well.
Yeah.
So
by them not eating up all the what would be more affordable homes that may need a little bit of work,
right?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. That will avail those same properties for a first-time home buyer. I nailed it. That's awesome. I agree.
Yeah.
Okay, now here's why Arizona is amazing. Okay, reason number one. Boop boop boop. Oh, it took me to the home screen. My bad. I guess I timed out on this one. All right, I'll have to come back. Okay, guys, it's happening. Douglas Ranch is happening. And what's Douglas Ranch? Well, that's Jerry Coangelo's huge investment right diagonal to Bill Gates' investment. And Howard Hughes' company bought it to basically take over. So they are going to be rocking it here soon. It's the 37,000 acre master plan community in Buckeye. And, oh shoot, I found this article on somewhere else too. Okay. Just trying to get back to it this morning, but ultimately their plan is 2022. It's going to be exploding. They're hoping to bust out a crap ton in 2022. That's the long and the short of it.
What's the location of that?
Douglas Ranch, here it's, all right. This is the one okay, there we go. Okay, it is, okay, scheduled to begin the first half of 2022. Okay, Mike Ingram, Eldorado Holdings, first village, Douglas Ranch, 2,000 acres. Pretty much it was, there's the map. Okay, so if I can zoom in here. Oh, you really can't see it. Okay, but that's Sun Valley Parkway.
Okay.
Right? So that's like what, 220, what is that? 200 and, is it 25th Avenue? No, it's further down than that. Crap. I'm trying to remember what it is over. Anybody remember? 200.
It's out in Buckeye, so
it
right?
is. Yeah.
Okay. So you used to be able to go to Buckeye for cheaper housing, and those days are kind of gone.
Yep. There's the 303. Yeah, because see, the Sun Valley is Bell Road, and then Bell Road turns right here and comes straight down, and that's Sun Valley Parkway.
Yeah.
Right there. So, and here you got, like, on this side, right here is Verrado, right? So basically right on the back side of that mountain is where that's going to be. And then right here is where Festival is, Del Webb Festival. So this whole section, okay? And Douglas Ranch is right here in this section. It's right by Tortesso.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's right next to that, okay? And then pretty much Bill Gates' land is over here, catty corner to it. Okay, and I think this is where the highway line is. That proposed, what is it, 11 or whatever?
Yeah,
I think that's the line. Okay, so it's all happening in this vicinity. Make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's Douglas Ranch, but literally, the fact that Howard Hughes Group bought it, oh my gosh, Howard Hughes Corp is is massive. Okay, you don't hear much about them anymore, but that's freaking great. And here you go. Let's see if this one says it 5 days ago. Yep. Okay. 100,000 homes to Phoenix.
Yeah.
All
Well,
right.
that's
oh, here
good.
you go. There you go. Here's a good
I see
map.
it.
Yep.
So it's only 45 miles from downtown. So what are the pricing? What are those going to start at?
That's a good question. I honestly don't know that one just yet, because I'd imagine by the middle of next year, let's just say they've gone up, another 15% probably? Who knows?
Yeah.
Yep. But if you can, check this out. I mean, it's going to be huge. Okay. So that was number one. All right. Next, look at this. Arizona sets new venture capital record in third quarter. Okay. There were 100. So far there's been well over 100 deals. So, okay. Third quarter, 41 deals totaling $566 million in new stuff. Third quarter figures pushed a combined investment total of $979.5 million this year, which is a record for the state. Okay. And that's through the third quarter. So we're going to definitely break $1 billion in investments this year. Mm-hmm. This is huge. Okay. We're going to set the record beat it from 2015. Okay. Look at this. 6, 7, 8. And look at this. 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay. Do you understand $1 billion, how much that does? Okay. Look at this. It's talking about how, the pandemic has hit people hard, and thank God for all these new jobs, for all this new growth. And thank God it's happening here. Okay, next. Look at this. The pandemic, and this perfect segue. Wow, today's lining up really well. Look at that. Pandemic kicked off an entrepreneurial renaissance. People, industries, cities leading the way. And where do you think Phoenix and Arizona are?
Oh, we're definitely way up there.
Okay.
Yeah, no doubt. I don't know if we're number one, but I would say we're probably in the top 3 or 4.
Well, there's a bunch of cool things to talk about, like kind of in this article. So if you want, let's talk, women. Women-owned business grew by 27% year over year. Mm-hmm. We've still grown, go men, but women, you've definitely gained way more ground. That's awesome. Speaking of that, right here, Brothers Pizza on 67th and Happy Valley, owned by a very nice woman, and she is so cool. And I'm sure you're aware that the food industries are experiencing so many losses. Like they're like they can't find people anymore. And so like Taco Bell closing early, Sonic closing early, Brothers closing early, Mi Familia closing early, all because of shortages of staff. So anybody that you see that's a mom and pop, seriously help them out. And if you're willing to drive up here, Brothers is amazing. And good pizza, good appetizers, holy cow, worth it. Okay. So talking about women, and ultimately here we are, let's see here, Miami, we're number 3, guys, is what it boiled down to. Yeah. Trying to find where it is. What?
Yeah, I thought we were in the top 5 at least.
Yep. Location. Yep. Anyway, Miami, Tampa Bay, Houston, Dallas, Worth, Philly. Okay. Yeah, this was I forgot how big this article was. But if we come back to, I think if I pull it up, commerce. And there we go. And USA. Okay. So that one, what did it say? 32% growth in number of companies founded. There you go. compared to pre-pandemic. That's what that article was about. So 32% growth. And that's basically what? Year over year, pretty much. What, 10,000 homes, 300,000 residents. I think that was their first goal. Yeah. So, oh, there you go. Arizona is experiencing the third fastest jobs recovery in the nation. So I knew we were third in something somewhere. Look at that, increase of 20,400 jobs in September. I think that was the article that had timed out up here. So there you go. Look at that. I mean, 5.7% unemployment. Isn't that like historically really, really low? Weren't we hovering somewhere like close to 8? Like 7 and 8 was like average. And then didn't we get up to like 10 back in the fall?
Yeah,
right?
I think it was much higher. What is it right now?
It says 5.7.
5.7. Well, some of that maybe had to do with the extra unemployment subsistence kind of going away. People were looking for jobs again.
Yeah, here you go. So we're down 1.2% year over year. And for the US, 3% year over year. There you go. Mm-hmm. So that means we were hovering 7.8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of interesting because I've been in real estate for such a long time, and I was in escrow for 15 years before that. Historically, when the nation goes into recession, Phoenix doesn't, because we're like our own little entity here. You know what I'm saying? It's weird. Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying that we're not hit by that, but we're not hit as hard as a lot of the big cities are.
I agree.
Face it now, we're a big city.
The diversity of Phoenix is so wonderful. That's what I tell people. It's like, well, what about this? I said, my standard answer is Phoenix is big enough that it can appeal to almost anybody. Yeah,
it really does. Yeah.
Yeah. So look at this, Marilyn, we were talking about wages and stuff. So here you go. Industry wages, total all industries, average weekly wage, $11.24. Very in-demand jobs, industrial tracker packers, welders, cutters, blah, blah, blah. But all occupations, average hourly wage, $25.67. Mm-hmm. That's not too shabby.
Yeah.
So, I mean, look at that. We're number 2 in fastest growing population. There you go, 7.2 million. I love Arizona Commerce Authority. This is wonderful. Population by age, 17%. Look at that, 35 to 54-year-olds, biggest part of our population. I'm like dead in the middle of that. That's kind of cool. No, I'm actually still on the younger side.
Oh yeah, the stuff okay, so that's what we were talking about earlier. Who's contributing most to Arizona sales? And there you've got it right there. It's because they sell their big house in California for $2 million and come to Phoenix and buy the same house for $600,000. You know, that doesn't surprise me one bit. Illinois, that kind of surprised me a little bit.
Yeah,
interesting.
That wow, California by far. I wouldn't have thought that Texas was feeding us that many. I thought most people were going to there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So love this. When in doubt, check it out. Wow, that's the Arizona Commerce Authority. It's a really, really great thing. And see, per capita person income 46, 58, 56. So we still got room to grow.
Yeah.
New private houses up 17%. Jeez, look at that. The country as a whole up 2.9. Arizona's up 17.4. Wow. Okay, Arizona's rocking. That's all we can say, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Sarah, when you moving?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I don't know. We just moved rooms and that was enough. We switched Hudson into a bigger room and the office into our smaller room. And that was enough moving for us. So We'll try again later on moving a whole house.
Awesome. All right, everybody. Kept it under an hour, rocking. So thank you for the long meeting. It was hopefully really good, action-packed.
That's good.